Well, first one went flat. I had a spare tire to put on that, and pretty soon that another tire went flat. Well, I didn't have any more spares, so I had a kind of tube glue to fix the tube, and I took the tires off and took the tube out of it and had a patch on it and fixed it up and drove into school. I got there about noon.
Uh-huh.
What did the teacher say?
Well, I guess they understood probably that I got there as soon as they could. It was a fun time too. We had a bunch, about 6 of us there that were employees. They didn't have enough. It was an army hospital. They didn't have enough recruits to run the place, so they hired civilian help, and of course we got together and had a lot of good times together.
Did you go out with those guys at night then?
Oh yeah, sure.
What would you do for entertainment?
Seemed like we always drove around the city. I don't know nothing in particular, but just to drive around, and went to some dances too.
You were cruising, they call it.
Huh?
You were cruising in Des Moines, cruising around in the city.
Yeah.
Something in there about you learned to work an electric potato peeler. Does that ring a bell? Did you ever peel the potatoes with a machine?
Oh yeah, put them in a big drum like, and they'd roll around, and if you left them in there too long, it'd come out about like marbles, you know.
I had that same experience in the Army one time. About meeting Irma Becker at a dance in Worthington, Iowa.
I remember before that I was someplace and there was 3 or 4 girls dancing, kind of with their arms around their shoulders, dancing around up the sidewalk, and I said to some of the guys, I said, I'm going to try to meet that little blonde girl. That's when I started.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Then after that we went to a lot of dances.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they don't seem to have so many dances anymore. That's a shame. You know, the young people today, they're not out there dancing as much as they used to.
Oh no, we used to go a couple times a week most of the time.
Wow.
In Worthington and Cascade or Dyersville.
We just drove through Worthington this morning. Pretty quiet little town now.
I suppose. I remember we used to have a kind of a, they furnished a meal, and probably a noon meal anyhow, and we sat around at some picnic tables and they brought us our dinner.
Was that on the when they were making the movie Field of Dreams?
Yeah, when they're making a movie.
So you were in that movie, right?
I guess so, I don't kind of forget.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever meet that guy, Kevin Costner?
What?
Kevin Costner, did you ever meet him?
Oh yeah.
Is he a nice guy?
Seemed like that he was. I can't remember that much about it, but
Yeah.
didn't. Most of the time, I remember sitting at a big picnic table with some of the other people having lunch.
Uh-huh.